Hi, so we welcome all the viewers to 37 Chessbrainz Club Arena. I'm none other than Abhishek, and we have Coach Rajesh with us. Hi, Rajesh, are you excited for this event?
Yes, hi Abhishek. Yeah, I am really excited to see the event today. So it already shows that there are a lot of strong participants today, well over 1500. Yes, and yeah, I think it's going to be a great event today.
Definitely. I mean, we have an 1874 Sankeet leading the leaderboard. Then we have Starfish Pikachu. He's almost an 1800. Then we have Ani. And currently we have 32 participants. But within the first 10 minutes, I am anticipating that this number is going to double up. And we have already got some requests lined up. We got the first request for Advik, but we need to see. Please ensure you drop your kid's username in the chat so we can feature your kid's game. And then we have the Dino, a request for Dino King, Sankeet. Yeah. So yes, all of your requests that you have made here will surely get featured. Just make sure you have written the right username of your kid. And yeah, happy Valentine's Day to all the viewers from the side of Chessbrains, and the clash is about to begin.
Yes, in about a minute. So I think, yeah, there are a few names which I have seen before who have improved a lot of rating. So I think they are constantly improving their game overall. What do you think, Abhishek?
Definitely. And if you look at the time control today, it is the rapid. So kids will get enough time to think and showcase their skills to the world. I'm really
That's good.
excited. We have seen it. We have seen them competing in the bleeds, but when it comes to rapid, I think it's almost after a year we are going to see them performing in this arena.
True, true. And I think there will be lesser blunders and more deeper thoughts and deeper plans. I think that will be pretty interesting.
Definitely. I'm definitely sure that this is going to take a bigger hit than ever before. And yeah, I'm really excited.
So am I. Well, the round begins
Again,
soon.
some kids are having unestablished rating in the rapid, so their true strength is going to showcased, or it is going to be found in this tournament.
We shall see.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's take on the first request for the day. We have Advik from Black taking on Ibrahim from White. Both have unestablished rating, and what we see here, were you expecting pawn e3 as the first move of the board?
Not exactly. I mean, e3 is fine if you combine it with c4 and play an English setup. It could be a transposition. But here, okay, usually I would like to play e5 for black. Would you call
But
this a reversed hippopotamus or something if they're playing like e6, e3, d3 for
no, the
white?
knights are then meant to go on d2, e2, and bishops are meant to go b2, g2. I'm very sure it's not even the case. Maybe they're having some surprising preparation here that they are looking to challenge. But here we see that black made
e5
a
is
push on e4 and lost a pawn. Is this a
true.
part of plan?
Not very sure, Abhishek. I think okay, you can castle, play rook e8, get some activity, but I'm not pretty sure that it is sufficient for the pawn because white can play d4, bishop d3. He has the extra pawn, and he's also, better. So I think white will have a comfortable game. But we know that both players don't have an established rating in rapid so far, which means we
Yes.
don't know both of the players' to strength. So only time will
That's
tell.
correct. Yes. Black has decided to castle at this point, and I'm looking at a lot of things right now. Let's say, even though white has decided to, and your words are coming true.
So d4, and well, let's see where the bishop's going to. Okay, b4. Okay, if I were to give you this position for black, Abhishek, where would you move the bishop to? b6, e7, or b4?
Okay. So at this point, the bishop is currently not having any activity on g5, so I'm definitely not looking to go to e7. I would definitely opt in for the same square the kid has went for, just because I can double down the pawns here and I can get some long-term strategic, positional weakness in the position. So I would like to go b4 itself with the kid.
Possible. I mean, black's options were also limited, so there was not much to do. Okay.
Let us see how this game shapes further. I mean, black must be thinking if there is if they don't go for, let's say, bishop to, for instance, d2, then there was always the idea of to go knight e4, right?
True, 94 and trying to put pressure on the pinch piece. It's a very common strategy. But here it
Yes,
doesn't work because it's a free knight. So, well, I think
okay.
being a pawn down is not too bad for black, as he has some activity and, well,
And still, the white has left the king in the center. So I think king safety looks a bit compromised here for the white. I mean, king looks safe, but leaving your king in the center can create trouble for you, maybe in the later run. So I think black is having slight advantage, a good space in the center, and then you know, good development of pieces. I think white is opting in for something like queen h5, but it is unviable for now.
possible. But yeah, as there is one common mistake which people make, which is to move the same piece twice in the opening. So before completing the development, you should not move the same piece again and again because you're wasting your moves. And for example, if black plays h6, there is nothing better than going back to f3, right?
Yeah.
So that is why it better option would have been to go bishop e2 and castle, even if it looks a bit passive. Maybe bishop c4 and the same
Yeah.
castles. That would also
I
be
think
fine.
C4 could have been slightly good here because
Yeah,
you find your bishop at the right place, and then E2 is also there, but yeah, E2, let's say there's a bishop G4 idea, then maybe E2 is fine, but right now even C4 is more of. But yeah, as you
not
said,
bad.
moving the same piece is a big mess, right? I think now they are playing a long time control. They should take their time and then select their moves accordingly. That's what even I think.
Yes, I agree with you. So, well, bishop c4. I was a little bit concerned about pawn to d5, which comes with tempo. No, bishop c4. That's why I was initially thinking of bishop e2. But
Mhm.
I think we can just maybe get. It's a little bit tough to decide. But what White needs to know is that he's having an extra pawn, so he doesn't always have to make the active moves. Okay, that's a very interesting move. E4,
E4, but the king is in the center. You are
a little bit
opening up
weak.
the roof of
Yes,
your own king.
true.
I
I'm
mean, black could,
considering.
let's say, even sacrifice something and try something like rook e8, as you have stated earlier, queen
Yes,
e7. There can be a lot of ideas at this point. And
true,
maybe black shouldn't really then worry about, the material, because the positional advantage is always better than a material advantage, right? So
true, true.
now just look at this. Oh, they have given up. They've taken this. Oh,
No, I think there is bishop takes d2 followed by rook e8 or there are a lot of options. Even bishop
or
takes.
first you can like just deliver a check and try to create a game, but then the bishop will try to cover here and then probably obtain for a castle, I guess.
Probably. Actually, he can get back 2 pawns somehow. Rook e8, and then bishop takes b2, followed by bishop takes d4. Can take, b2, and
Yeah,
then take the d4 pawn. You can get back some pawns and also get some activity. I think rook takes
that's correct.
b7. You can either play bishop b6, which will completely trap the rook after.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
So
Wow.
and then knight c5 comes with force and then the rook is gone.
So your
So
point is that pawn is going to become a poisonous pawn, but for their opponent who took it.
true. Yes.
Wow.
Okay, it was worth a try. Okay, I think the safest alternative is to castle, and that's exactly what white has done. So this is good.
Yes. Position looks even Steven for both the players. Black has slight edge advantage in terms of space and activity. On the other hand, if we see that white is dominating the king side, so we need to see how the game shapes further.
Sure.
Wait for a second. If you, okay. I thought of just removing the defender and see if we can get the knight with some sort of discovery, but again, the queen joins the party and protects the
And
knight again.
protects the
So,
knight.
yeah,
True.
that's true. Maybe you can think of queen e7, but there is always the idea of rook e1 and
One.
stuff. Yeah.
True. Easy decision to make here.
This pawn can help, a bit beneficial for the white if they can use it properly.
True. As of now, everything depends on how, what do you say, what kind of setup black is going to do with his pieces. So, okay, he's going for queen e7. The idea
Queen
which you
e7, yes.
mentioned. I
I
think
mean,
white will
again,
play.
connecting your rooks can be one of the priority, but then,
Sure.
okay.
Bishop c4 is a little bit. Well, there is pawn to d5, and you can
Yeah.
follow up with pawn to c6 too, just to build up a pawn chain, and you'll get
Mhm.
more squares right now. If you notice, black's pieces are quite congested. The queen is kind of weirdly placed on e7, and I think getting some control over the center would be useful for black.
And
And
again, if you have a dark square bishop, keeping your pawns and the light squares will ensure that they don't block your own bishop when you need it, right? So that's
true,
even a good strategy.
yes,
Okay, good presence of mind by the black here.
yes, taking when the bishop's on b3, so
Yes.
he cannot play rook takes b7. That's a very nice idea.
On the other hand, I'm thinking now what is black going to do at this point? Because even this file is open, so white will
True,
soon look to, put pressure on this queen at some point, if not now, then later.
I agree. And well, the knight on f6 is a pretty good defender. Most ideas related to queen h5 or is not just happening anymore.
Yes, I think the knight is well placed, and as you said, it's defending really, really well, ensuring that the queen's activity won't be there around the king.
True,
But I'm hoping to see better calculation and tactics from the students because of the longer time control. They get more time, so they come up with better moves.
true.
Wait, but has
Notice,
Advik is only having 2 minutes left in the clock?
true. Well, he took his
Okay.
time, but he played a fine game. Even after
Yes.
losing the pawn in the opening stages, he developed his pieces well. He regains the pawn again, and well, yeah. But I think he should be a little bit better when it comes to time management part,
Yeah.
because you need to reserve at least some amount of time towards the end of the game. So okay, but his overall play
Well,
has been really great. Okay, so would you go for queen trade, or would you play something like queen d6? Or
I would go for definitely. I'll opt in for a queen d6 with the idea of gaining a tempo on the queen with my rook, and then I will also try something like knight g4 in the later run to create some pressure along the white's king.
true, true. And well, that's what's happening. Looks like today is a day of predicting all the moves correctly. Everything is just
Yes.
happening the
Yes, too
same way.
soon going to feature the other request as well because yeah, it's a rapid game, so we will keep on switching games. Let's wait for a couple of moves and let's take on the next request we have on the board.
True.
While today we can clearly feel the intensity of moves on the board because every move is coming with the backup of good calculation we see.
Yes. Oh, knight g4 is a free
Oh,
knight.
knight g4, it
So,
ended up playing, yeah. I
true.
mean,
Okay. And now,
but on the other hand, I think Advik is having only 1 minute left, so I think maybe he's fighting the time as well. If you see it from the rapid perspective, definitely that has played a game. I think from here it will be fairly easy for White to convert this if they continue to play the way they have played, because maybe this bishop can be okay. Now it won't. The bishop won't be Fian catoing here. But yeah, now the rook can come and try to win a
Yeah.
tempo. Maybe black wants to go something like bishop d6, try some attack,
Probably. But here
probably.
there is queen h7, queen h8,
Yes.
checkmate threat coming up.
Oh, this
Oh,
is
bishop
getting
e6.
and black is going a bit fast,
All
but
right,
again you see the
he's
clock
going
is
with the
again.
same plan. It's okay. It's
Yes,
not yet
it's
checkmate
over.
because the king can escape to e7. But
But maybe now I would like to put a rook and maybe then go for queen h8, I guess.
actually, yes, that would be very good. Maybe rook e1 first, and then
Yeah.
after the queen, either he. Oh wait, oh h2 is protected by the queen, so that is
Yes.
good. So
And here
okay.
also you can still get a pin. I mean, it will be fairly easy for Ibrahim to convert this. I certainly believe that.
But the rook queen is under attack as of now, so you cannot
Yes.
play rook e1.
But
Yeah,
how about just exchange sacrificing and trying something? Not really sure if that is the best option in the position.
exchange. I think it would be a full rook down, right? Let's say
Hmm.
rook e1, rook takes queen, knight takes rook or something, and it's queen and rook for
Ah.
just a queen. So
So
that
yeah,
would
it's
be a
still
bit
viable.
too big. Yes.
It's a bit viable, I
Okay.
think. But on the other hand, white needs to always make sure that they have to guard this pawn now.
True. So he has to
Then
retreat
at the
back
same time,
to h4 is
retreat back,
good.
or else you just take and then pin it down immediately so queen never gets the chance to play queen takes h2. I think there were two
That is
variations in this.
oh, okay. I think rook e1 should be.
Oh,
Oh, discover check
I
is
mean,
also good.
there is
There is
always the
queen
idea, but
f6
then
though, but bishop
bishop
g5. Yes,
g5 will cut it off.
exactly. That's nice. Very good play
Oh,
by white. So
yes.
if you also look at the time management, he did pretty
He
well in
did
all aspects
pretty
of the
well.
game.
Yes.
So yes, bishop g5, and I think there's no more hope. And also the time's running down. But it's a
Yes.
very fighting game between both the players.
Yes, they played
So
it really well, and yeah, to my word, I guess Rapid is bringing the right strengths of kids out of them as compared to the Bleeds. If you see, there are high quality moves on the board, and both played really well. It's time to go to the next request now. So we have featured Advik, and now we are going ahead with Dino King. Dino has been our one of the top performers in the Bleeds, but can he, manage to perform in the same way in Rapid? That's what we need to see.
true.
So let's see if he's paired. Yeah. Dino is already a 1600 taking on Fardan. Fardan playing black,
Oh,
Dino playing white, and
it's a
Fardan is
very
already on a roll.
dynamic position. Well,
Yes.
I mean, both kings are pretty weak, but there is a checkmate threat as of now. So,
Yes.
how is he going to deal with that? Hmm.
Oh, high question. I think they should first opt in for a check, but what can be a
But
good
after
follow
king
up to that?
f7, there is not much which he can do. So,
Maybe this, but yeah, the rook will hang and okay, but
okay, trying to escape, but rook h2 comes. So,
I think but yeah, the black queen will hang at the same time. So we need to see how that goes.
yeah, but after the king moves to like, let's say e3 is the only option, yes? Oh, yeah, this
Okay,
is also
G3
there.
variation is also there. But is it the best?
Oh, free rook. That's bad. So,
Okay,
and after
yep,
queen f1, there is rook h1. So the queen also
yep.
falls. Rook h1, and yeah,
And
okay.
the game. Let's try to go a few moves back and just see what has taken place. Okay, the position looks quite even, Steven, at this point. But yeah,
Let's get back a little bit further back to see how the king side is a bit ruined. I wanted
and
to.
also like they went to pawn down. If you also pay attention to that point,
Oh,
the
yes.
white was a pawn down by the time it took place. So I
True.
think by this point, let's say things were almost equal.
It's a little bit tough to deal with for white, though. Space is a little bit lesser. But okay, I think
Yes.
yeah, that f file is really helping black.
Yes.
So
I think they
and
must have thought of
e5
double down
came at
there.
the right time. E5 is a very good move.
Yes.
Takes and he's bringing the knight into the game. Oh, I thought he was going to take with the knight, but yeah, bishop takes is also good.
I mean,
Now
viable.
does
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
both ways, if you see it's viable, right?
yes, it's good.
Wow.
Okay, this is good. Very nice play by black, bringing all the
Yes.
pieces into the game. It's something which we learned from back from the old Morphe games. If you notice
Yes.
Morphe games, he brings every piece into the attack before he strikes down the opponent. That's something which Black did here.
The only difference I'm finding, and as you have stated already, the rooks, white rooks are connected, but they are not developed. Again, you have to separately develop your major pieces, right? And that
Yes,
is
true.
completely lacking. And Black has made sure that each and every piece like Morphe is into the game.
Yes.
And here just a small exchange where Bishop gone for a knight, which is again a bishop is slightly more beneficial in open positions. But then this extra pawn, I think, made a huge difference and piece activity of the
True.
Black.
Mm, yes. And after this, G3 was forced, Queen D7
Forced.
with the idea of H3. Yes, this is
Maybe
just
here I'm thinking, was there a chance of going something like
King G to Rook
King
H1.
G2 and then Rook H1, sort of trying to trade down and reducing the pressure on your queen?
True. I
White
would
tried
have
putting
done
the
this.
pressure.
Yes. But he ignored his kingside attack plan,
Yes.
opponent's
And
position.
I think this game is showcasing the power of silent moves, right? Silently,
True. Queen
you are going back
D7,
and then
bringing the rooks to open files. This is a classic example. Perhaps we can show
yes,
one of these games to our students to show the importance of getting the rooks to open files.
yes. I
So,
think this is a very good game. I'll note it down, obviously. Let's take on the next request now. I think they have showcased a very good strength. Just one minute mistake of, not activating your pieces and giving that extra pawn costed them the whole game. Now we
true.
have got a request for Sankeet. Let's try to feature one of their games. Okay. Feels like a bit of mismatch. He's taking on Yuan. He's playing
Okay.
black and he's just a 900. Sankeet is almost the double, more than double rating of Yuan. He's playing white.
And yes, he also has an extra rook. So I think probably this is going to be a very interesting battle. But
But one thing I would still like to highlight, even if a kid is 1,000, but if they have enough time, if they use that time wisely, they can still give a good show to their opponent, and they
true.
might end up winning. When we play those arena tournaments on leeches, which are like hosted 24/7, sometimes we see some 900s, defeating 1800s and 1700s. So it is not something completely impossible when it comes to a higher time control.
True, true. But again, the difference will not be as much compared to the blitz. If you Berserk and blitz, it's a different story. But if you Berserk on rapid, you still have 5 minutes on the clock. If you can
Yeah.
make few moves in less than 5 seconds with each, then it'll be good. It depends on the difference between the player's strength too. If the opponent can constantly keep putting pressure, or he resigns.
And
Okay.
the black has resigned, but this kid won't get. He will get tournament points, but not a
Yeah,
boost in their elo. And
true.
keeping it fair to the Yuan, they just lost 1 point because their
One
opponent was
point.
really strong. So I think
High rated.
good show by the leeches here. Good,
Yes. What
very
do you think
fair.
about the fairness about not getting any point, not even +1, when you defeat someone
I
lower
think
rank?
the kid deserves at least +1 because they have spent around 5 to 10 minutes. If
Sure.
they would have given it to maybe some other opponent, and if they end up winning, they get a lot of boost in their elo. I certainly believe 1 point is something that they deserve because the
Yes,
matchmaking is not again in their hands. It again works on the leeches algorithm.
true. So,
Yes. Let's take the next request. We are getting a request from Arav for Arav, and let's see how is he doing.
hey,
Okay, Arav is currently not paired against anyone, but we can feature their most recent game. And
okay.
when we see this, he was taking on Ibrahim. Ibrahim was
Oh,
playing white,
I
and Arav
believe
was black.
I believe Ibrahim was the opponent who
Of
Advik played against.
Advik played, so he's
Yes,
getting featured for the second time. But
second
then the
time.
game has ended in just 19 moves, and then we fairly know it's a rapid time control. So this is not expected actually. Let's see how. Okay, again
Same
we see
opening.
Ibrahim going pawn e3. Maybe they're having some prep.
But
Yeah.
e5 is the right way to play though, because it
Yes.
stops d4. But okay, e4 Is this some sort of reversed Alakine? It looks like it,
I
but
think
okay.
so. I mean, then the knight is meant to go to d4.
94. Oh, 95 is a little bit
5. Tricky,
not
yeah.
exactly the best option. Okay.
Yes.
Queen
And
G5.
black brings out the queen and looks to attack these guys. But okay, this is protected for the time being. And
F4.
black went in a bit aggressive. White went in a bit aggressive here, defending the knight, and then attacking the queen. King is a
Yes,
bit
but I'm
exposed,
also
but maybe.
very sure about Queen G5. I would have
Yeah.
just quickly tried to develop some other pieces into the game. For
Or maybe just
example,
getting rid of this knight and maybe fiancatoing like Perk, or maybe just developing pieces as you stated, right? Maybe
yes, true. D6 is good.
some point
Anything
this
is good
bishop can be
here.
figured out here.
Yes, but okay.
Again, bishop to probably c5 is not the best way when the pawn is on f2 because the diagonal is a bit blunted here. Let's
Yes.
see how did they continued, and then
Six,
same piece moved a bit of times.
knight. But he's attacking F7 now, so knight
Yeah, the
H6.
approach isn't that bad, and then okay, because this diagonal is off, they cannot take advantage of their dark square bishop.
But what if white plays B3 and bishop B2? That diagonal looks pretty good for white.
Solid, yes. That
So
looks solid actually. Something
let's
like the development of Danish Gambit, I guess.
true. That's okay. G6.
Okay.
Bit risky. Okay. All right.
And
Queen
here,
trade.
okay, the black got a chance to collapse the pawn structure of white, and I think this is enough. That's a good advantage. Again, the
Yes.
knight can land on g4 as well, but yeah,
True.
I think this looks fairly good.
No, three. Oh, the knight went to a square. It was
It
trapped.
got
One of
trapped, yeah.
the reasons why the knight was not well placed on e5. Well, I generally used to tell a rule to players who are of this rating level: do not get behind your opponent's pawn, because two of your retreat squares are already taken by that pawn of your opponent, if you notice that. So it's quite risky to go behind your opponent's pawn. Some
Yes,
sort of
that's
a
correct.
principle, you can say. But okay.
And also, you see, the bishop took the square away. Like, I mean,
Yes.
developing the bishop
Okay.
was never a bad choice because they were teaming. Wait,
Wait, knight f7 is also not possible because of knight
yes,
h6.
knight,
So,
yeah. I mean, I know it doesn't work, but
but
like,
at
can
least
something be
you can.
done?
No, it's tough.
Nothing could be done, yeah.
Knight
This was a
f5 is good placement. Yes, the knight
I
is good
think
there.
white should not try to do anything fancy or anything, too complicated. Just stick to basic opening principles and try to bring up your game. Probably it will give you a good convenience to enter, with a solid position in the middle game, and then you can try new things and see what works for you and what doesn't. I think that's one thing I would like to suggest this game.
Yes, I agree. And the game
I
just
think Arav played really principled. The queen wasn't there, so targeting c2 is one of the
developing the
best ideas.
pieces, bringing one by one. Knight takes. Okay, this is just,
I think it's a
yeah,
very easy game if you see a game. Again, the kids will learn. It's obviously their coach will help them to analyze. They will go through our streams, and
of course.
these things are definitely going to help the kid to get better
True.
over the time. Now let's
Okay.
take the game of Aditya. They are also into the game.
I think 1A.
Aditya. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
1A is.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me.
So,
Okay.
oh, the
So
game is
uh,
ongoing.
Aditya
Okay.
is playing black. He's having this elo of around 700 in rapid, and Arav is having around 1150. There is around 450 points of difference on the board, and then okay. Generally, kids blunder at this rating at 700. They sometimes put a couple of pieces here and there, but we
Is
need to
there
see
knight
what's the
f7
case.
here?
Uh,
Knight
Knight
f7. The rook was the only piece protecting the rook.
Mm-hmm.
So knight f7, queen takes b8.
Yes.
And the rook.
Yes, there was a chance actually if we see. Otherwise, if the king just
Yes.
moves, I think the rook will hang anyways. Doesn't
Yes,
really matter.
true.
I think there was a chance
Rook
of this
f6
discovery.
was a little bit risky, yeah.
Yes. Is the white going to find this move? That's the biggest question. Because he's at 1200, so does this kid have the ability to find it?
Well,
Discovered attack in one
generally,
move is
one
not a
thing
big
which
deal.
I noticed is that when you ask them specifically to find a discovered attack, they can find it in seconds. But when it comes to, recognizing the patterns during a game, we have to consider a lot of things together. Okay, now I don't think knight f7 is possible anymore, but I still think
So
that white has an extra piece, so you can just.
yeah, they are just trading to simplify. But yeah, as you said, if we ask them specifically, they easily figure it out, right? Now, one way, if the kids actively look for, loose pieces or the hanging pieces in the opponent's kingdom, and something that is attacked and defended for the same number of times in opponent's camp, if you can find these two areas and if you keep an eye on those and you use CCT, the checks, captures, and threats, and you use it on these guys, you try to calculate, then it's really easy to use those tactics in the real game without missing them even once.
True, true. I
So
completely agree. Initially, it might be time consuming to keep on noticing hanging pieces in every position, but soon it'll get a part of your thinking process. You will automatically be able to figure out those hanging pieces and
yes,
so on. So it's a
like
very.
when you learn the mate in one for the first time, it seems difficult, but then it just becomes your muscle memory, right? Your brain
Yes,
automatically finds it without you thinking, actually.
true. So the key is just practice and repeating it.
Yes.
Consistency.
And yeah, again, the higher time control will definitely help the kids to even, use those idea and reality which we are currently talking
True.
about. Okay, I think moving too many pawns in the middle game is not something that we recommend. Again, I think it's fine for black here potentially because they have a lot of guys which can look after. Because if the pawn takes, then
Yes, but there is bishop d4, which kind of weakens the
hmm,
diagonal, so not
that's
very
true.
happy. Oh, queen h3 is a nice move considering the opponent's rating because g5 weakened the h6 pawn. So white's thought process
Yes.
was to immediately target the weakened pawn. That's very good
And
thinking.
and even the black is, mindful enough to look after such kind of silent moves and then still ensuring they defend it. So again,
Yes.
at 700 also he's fighting, and also this guy is building a good attack, right? He's trying to open up his battery. I think
Oh,
that's what we
and
don't see at
g3 is
700.
also an amazing move. If you play g3, the
Yes.
queen's protecting the rook, which means he's planning to play pawn takes pawn, which is f takes g5. So,
Yes.
okay, this is very good play. Hmm.
Yes. I mean, it can be some
Not
idea of
sure
like,
about giving up the pawn, but you can
do
just
they
go back
want,
to
were they looking to
h3.
create an open file, let's say a semi-open file, and then trying to play on that?
You could say that, yes, it looks like that, but unfortunately, there is no much attack. Like when you're
Yeah.
attacking the king, almost in 90% cases, you need a minor piece to aid you. With just
Yes.
major pieces, it's quite difficult to build up an attack, especially at this stage. But
Yes.
but Black is
It
doing what he can with his resources, so that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
it looks really convincing when you try to use those major pieces because you have always been told that these pieces have the highest value, and it's really convincing to play with them. But as you stated, those small minor pieces add a really big value in such kind of positions, right? I think
True.
a very well set point by you here. And again, White is trying to show a little bit of tactics here and there and try to be in the game.
Oh, so he has to go back to f3. Otherwise, it was a trap, I think. If you play queen takes c6, he loses the dark square bishop. So it was kind of like a skewer.
Skewer,
So
yes.
he had to go
But
back to
now
f3.
can we think of playing h4 and then can we try something in this
I
position?
also think so. So my question is, if black plays h4, what would you play if you're white?
Hmm, that's a good one actually. Um, there are a bit of ways how I can respond to that. Maybe if this file is looking to open up, I might want to like just move my king to the side, get a rook around, and see if I can do something about it.
Okay. I was considering pawn to g4 when he plays pawn to h4. Okay, now it's not
Hmm,
possible. Earlier,
yes,
when the queen was on f3. So
f3,
by
then it was
pushing it,
possible.
yeah, you completely shut down that entire file. And if he plays
Yes,
rook g8 later, you can just play pawn to h3. And
yes.
white is as solid as ever. What?
Yes. I mean, defense plays an equal part with our attack in chess, right?
True.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it's important to even practice those defenses. regularly with your coach and ensuring that you are balancing both aspects of your game, that
True.
adds a lot of value here.
Yes, there's a common saying in football which can be used for chess as well. They say attack wins you matches, but defense wins you tournaments. So you can say the same thing for chess too. If
Yes.
you're good with attack, you can win one or two games, but you need to bring up your defensive skills to consistently play throughout the tournament. So Queen
Yes.
F6.
Okay, they might be looking to exploit the dark squares at this point, maybe, but
Wants
again,
to
their own
trade.
king.
The
Oh,
is hanging. Okay.
Rook was hanging. Yeah, I think here, I think black is getting slightly weaker now because they have lost a piece.
Oh,
King
they both are
c3 is
having the
also.
same, almost the same time. It clicked 121 for both. So,
Yeah, but then Arav went on the berserk, if you see.
oh, okay. All
Yes,
right.
this
It's
kid has
actually a
went on the
wise choice
berserk.
to berserk against players when you see a rating difference. You know, so
Yeah.
I would say I'm not sure if you want to finish in top three, you could try it. So
Yes. Higher the
that,
risk, higher the reward. But then
exactly.
it comes on compromising your patience as well. So there's like a lot of things, work together.
That's true. But I think the difference between 2,500 and 2,000 is not as, what do you say? Oh, okay.
But again, I think
Probably,
it
I think
might
it
be
could be
fair
a
because the kid
misclick.
is a 700 and then look at the clock.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I think it's a misclick to play Queen F6 if you ask me.
was he looking to play Queen F6 maybe?
Yeah, I think so because he wants to protect the rook, but maybe his hand
Uh,
slipped to play to E5.
I think
So,
the time pressure is actually creating some.
that's true.
I certainly believe because
That's
I know my students. He's
yes.
he's not one of my students, but I've seen my own kids playing at this level at this age, so I can definitely make a you know
Yeah,
a perspective out of it being a coach.
true.
And then
Okay.
I think it
Very.
would be a smooth finich
Oh,
for, yeah, it is going to
and
be a really smooth finish at this point, I
hopefully
guess.
it's not stalemate. Oh, it can't be stalemate. There's still a pawn
It
on
can't be.
E5. Oh,
A4 is still in
ladder
the
mate. Yes.
ladder. Yeah,
And
I think
okay,
Arav,
perfect.
yeah, but
Very
I
good
think it was a
execution.
good game.
I actually loved
But
the way Arav played. The Queen H3, G3. These are all
yeah,
signs of talent. Not
yes.
every player would play moves which could help in defense as well. So considering the rating, I think it was a excellent game played by Arav.
And also by Aditya, his composure against an 1100 was really good. You know how he was building the attack.
Yeah,
He launched that pawn storm, the battery. Don't see it 700. That's a reality.
true,
So
true.
yeah, I
Again,
think both
considering
did
the
well
rating,
according to their
it
strength.
was quite good. Yes.
And
So,
let's take a glance of leaderboard as well.
okay, Aiden is having a clean sweep so far with Berserk actually. He Berserked all the games and won all the games. Okay, that is
That's
pretty
true.
interesting. And he's with 16 points, and there's CB Kaival, yeah.
Cavalier. Yeah,
Yes, with also 15 points.
15
Close.
points.
This is very intense. I think everyone is about 10 points from the top 10. Everyone are about 10 points. Anyone could catch up. So
Yes.
this is pretty interesting.
And we need to see like this is
And
and now
Sanjit is also back from two losses in the first two rounds. If you notice, he just
yes,
came back into the game. This is just pretty amazing.
that's correct. Yeah, he has also made a comeback here. And I'm very sure, even the Kailash, Starfish, they are the regular and participants and consistent performers. I've seen them in Bleeds, but I was really looking to see this as well, their rapid games too. Let's feature the next one now. The next request we are getting is for Samagra. Let's go and see what this kid. Starfish Pikachu securing another victory with against Starush. Good to see. Okay, so Samagra is playing with the blacks pieces and taking on
Yes,
Alphonse.
looks like a regular Italian. And oh, this could be tricky.
Yes.
What would you have done in the previous move instead of Queen D8? Is there something better?
Again, in at this point, I think knight captures is a better way. I need to calculate this actually. So knight capture seems a viable option to me at this point.
True,
Knight
because
captures
he
FT
can't,
looks fine.
yeah, he has to take with the pawn, and then you can just go with queen to
Some
g6
check.
or
Yeah,
yeah,
means
and
anything
probably
is good.
even castle queenside later on. So that should
Yes.
be good, just to protect the
Even
c7.
though there might be a quick
I
check
think
which
queen
can
g5 would be better than
G5 would be
after.
more benefiting,
Yes.
yeah, because G6 can be met with knight e7 here.
Yes. Oh, we're getting a lot of ideas from calculating. There is a
Yes,
difference between G6 and G5. If we treat it the same way, then we might end up
yeah,
losing the queen. So
yes,
that's a
that's
very good.
correct. Now, okay, a few moves are played by the point, we were calculating. So let's see the live position. And
Mhm.
black has actually castled on the queen side at this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, B6 is a little bit risky. I wouldn't
yeah,
permanently create some light square weaknesses, but
true.
okay.
Also, look
Uh,
at this rook pointing. I mean, this is not looking good for black.
yes, I
Castling on the
think
queen
white
side
could
is a
go A4, A5, and it's
yes.
looking tough.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's actually correct. So yes, this position is taking a hit for the white right now with good moves. Can there be a fork?
There could be, yes, it looks like it. Or actually, I could play. Oh, even bishop A4 doesn't work because of. Oh, actually, it does work. You can
Does
play bishop
work,
A4.
but can I not change? Oh, the rook is
And I
pinned. The
escaped
rook
with
is
the
pinning the
knight.
pawn on b5.
Exactly.
Makes
It's
sense. Oh,
it's a master field of pins. So many
yes,
pins
I
here and there.
completely agree.
It's
Wow. I
like
mean, we are able to see these ideas because of the time convenience. I'm sure this is going to help the students more than us.
true, true, exactly.
Yes.
So we can see so many ideas. It's much more interesting. In Blitz, we have to quickly come to a decision. Here, we can see through a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay, so is Black gonna play Queen takes E4, which is what
Yes,
I
they
was
did.
guessing.
Got
Yep.
a pawn. Now, knight captures g6 is not a chance because you hang your
Yes,
queen. I
true.
mean,
So now, if I were to ask you, would you trade queens or not again for white?
if I have less material, then I won't do it. But let's see. I mean, this queen is a bit active again, if you see, right? So I would like to get rid of the opponent's piece out of my kingdom. For defense purpose, I might do it because I've, moved a bit of things on the king side as
Yes,
well, but I have less material, then probably it's not the best option in the position. It again depends from position to position. But now this bishop wins a tempo here, and bishop
okay,
d3 in the air.
that's nice. Bishop takes
Again,
two.
white is having less pawns, so I think it is going against them as you go to the end game. Also, black's pawn structure is quite intact, and white is having a couple of isolated pawns on this queen side, which is going to be an easy target in the end game for the black.
True. I mean, he could take one of the pawns right now, so it's also possible. So,
Bishop takes a3
right.
is always there. Yeah.
Yes.
But I think they're preferring activity, and I think it might be a very good option actually.
Oh, there's
Just
a
getting
rook
your all
check
the
and
pieces into the
then
game.
bishop. Oh, actually, rook check and then bishop takes a3 is even deadlier if you consider it because it's
Mm,
a
true,
pin,
true, true, true.
and then you
It's
can
a
play
pin.
bishop a3.
So
So,
I think here comes the value of the forcing moves, right? The checks, captures, threats. You look at the candidate moves and you slowly come. Again, you have clock time. I think the
yes,
kids
you
are at
have 7
1200,
minutes.
1100. Yeah.
True. And well, actually, I think the same player, if Samagra took a little bit more time, maybe 15 seconds to think in this position, rookie one is very easy to spot. I think she would have been capable of finding it. So,
Yeah,
I think, yeah, you can
they
play a
are
little
definitely
bit
going to find
slower
it.
for this time. So, okay.
Yes. Wait, I think at this point maybe Black was trying to go for a fork, I guess, if I'm not mistaken.
True. Yes.
And but okay, the
Okay.
bishop. I think it can be met with bishop to b2, but is that everything? Went for a
Oh,
counter fork here, and Black is already ahead in the materials. Probably they are not caring about that. They're just looking to
yes.
trade down.
Bishop.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
takes
you
takes us
can
there.
take. Oh, taking this.
Wow,
So okay,
intermezzo,
that's good.
intermezzo.
Yes, fantastic.
I think Black is having a
Okay.
very comfortable position from you.
Yes, this is an easy one. Trading everything, trading all the rooks would be very good here. Yes. Maybe if you want to be a little bit stingy about pawns, you can even play rook to
Rook c7.
c7. Rook
Yeah.
c8. Not a huge fan of rook c8 because it's a
No.
little bit more passive. I would
Yeah,
still prefer
definitely.
to keep the rook in the open file.
Then I would have maybe opted it for, let's
And
say,
maybe
Rook
king
e7
c4.
and then just
Yes.
march all the way, right?
Rook behind the pass pawn. This is very good.
Yes.
I think for a rating
Yes.
level, again, she is playing really well.
Yeah.
So,
Samagra is doing very well right now. This kid is
yes,
looking good to
unstoppable
win for
pawn.
sure. Unstoppable. At this point, I think it's pretty much over for the white. Let's see how they finish. So yeah, because you have time again, so I think their finishing skills are also going to, get a positive impact of that.
True, true. There's no moves made in rush. This is
That's
good.
correct. Looks fine. I mean, now it's just a clear push of two. And I think White has realized this thing at this point, and they're still trying to, find some way to fight this guy off. But there's
Probably.
actually no way.
Yeah, it's
There's
quite
actually no
impossible.
way. Queen.
Okay, and now conversion technique is okay. Takes.
I mean, they can even give up the queen and try something else.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, conversions again. You can give one more rook to that
Okay.
G pawn, and then like you don't
Yes.
need to give even because the king isn't marching again, so it
True.
doesn't count.
And okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Oh,
think a
check.
good finish here by the black. Yeah.
Yes, true. Very nice.
Yeah.
So getting back to the arena, who is in the lead? Oh, Sankirt is back on top
Sangeet is leading,
from
yes.
yes, from two losses to continuous
Five
wins.
wins
This
in a
is
row, yeah.
nice.
And then there's Starfish Pikachu. They haven't lost a single game. 5 wins in a
And
row.
yes, he's playing against Sardana, who is also quite
Yes,
1600.
Sardana, yes.
Yes.
Okay, we are getting a request for Shrihan 50. Let's try to feature them. I think this is a new name and they might have something for us.
Okay.
Okay, okay. I think Ryan Shan is a great talent of Chessbrainz. I've seen Don't Go on his elo. He's wonderful. So Ryan is taking on Shrihan. Shrihan is playing white and Ryan is playing black. The rating is unestablished.
And material is pretty equal if you look at it. Two
Even
rooks,
the
two
pawn
minor
structure.
pieces. Even the pawn structure is same. It's not similar. It's same. There's
Same.
change. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. This is
it's
nice.
completely same right now.
So well,
Okay, so what is
here
the
we have
deciding factor in this position then?
probably activity, I believe, but
Yeah.
uh,
I
um,
mean, kids need to spend separate time to, to learn and play the queenless endgames, right? When the queens are not on the board, which approach you bring on the board, I think that says a lot about your game, right?
true, true. Well, it's about how much you know your own pieces, like where they have to be placed, how you have to move them around. It's about your understanding. So, well, that's why generally people say to learn the end games first, and it will eventually help you with your chess. Even in middle game, you can try to create plans and so on. Well,
That's correct. I think end games are generally really strategic, as you said. And second thing is how you coordinate your pieces during the game when you don't have the queen, because then the piece coordination. Because without that, I think your game gets really challenging. Because one queen is can be considered a mixture of three minor pieces, right, or two major pieces.
yes,
So yeah.
exactly.
Then if you
Absolutely.
can coordinate, you can bring that impact of the queen, but your coordination, your piece activity, piece placement, as you said, they all makes a lot of impact on the overall game.
I agree. So, while talking about end games, I want to know what is your opinion about learning theory in the openings for the students? Like, we saw a game where Ibrahim was playing e3, and there are some players who are playing theory too. So, do you think at the early stages we have to focus on learning theory, or do you think that you can just directly go to the end game and it's not an issue about the openings?
Imagine if a kid can't survive a scholar. So the point is, you will reach the end game when you can come out of the opening and middle game. So I think, or by the time you reach the end game, you have already lost a few pieces on the board. I think that all counts together. I think a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a right balance among the all three phases can give you the right results. It's about a bit of everything, but then endgame comes at the end. Learning it simultaneously is important, but again, ensuring that your opening is at least you know the principles and you play them right. Then there's nothing wrong in focusing more upon the endgame, the
True.
endgame strategies
I
and methods.
agree. The principles are quite important. Knowing the
Till
initial basic.
2000, I certainly believe if you just know the principles, I think you can still you can give a good show to your opponent. You can play a fairly even game.
Yes, I mean, most opening moves are made through logic and so on because some openings existed way before the computers came. So all
Yes.
of them are based on underlying principles.
Is that a blunder or is it a part of some
I
strategy?
think so. I think it's a
Oh,
blunder.
Shane has blundered a
Okay.
piece. But again, the
Uh,
kid is again, I think the clock is playing a big role here. 2 minutes are
yeah,
left.
he
But
has only
again,
2 minutes.
yeah, and
So
again, there's no increment. So,
that
yeah,
bishop
I
is
think
quite annoying. I was just thinking
annoying.
of rook b1 or rook f1, but both are stopped. So it's
The
just
open file and the semi-open file cannot be utilized here. That's correct.
exactly.
And how about this bishop getting paired with a c4 pawn? I mean, the bishop can't go back then, but what is your take on that?
But I actually like that too because he's having an extra piece. So this I would
Hmm.
definitely do. You can just stabilize the bishop there and just go
And
for.
it will be really difficult for the rooks to then come into the
So
game, I
my
see.
idea was to okay, yeah, he's trying to go after the bishop, I think, but rook
Hmm.
takes
But
e3 is now possible. Just
yes, R takes
having
e3 is in the air, or they can just simply move the bishop and offer the trade because they want to simplify. They just want to make it simple, right? They don't want
true,
to complicate. Now they're a piece up, so they want to exchange more probably.
true.
Okay, I think this looks a clear and easy finish for the black. We are in the last 10 minutes of the game right now. Of the tournament, I meant. Yeah.
Tournament, yes. So I believe some players are playing for extra points. Sankir and other players, Starfish, Pikachu, they're all in the leaderboard.
I'm just thinking how Shrihan is now going to, take this position ahead with just two rooks left. Are they going to try something like King F2, but then you have ideas of Rook to E2? So I need to see how White is going to make their next move at this point. Are they looking to play C4 themselves?
Okay, trading is very fine, and then you can just play Bishop E4 or something and bring
Yes.
the Rook into D3. Maybe
Maybe
yes, just
D2.
D2 is also good.
D,
Yes,
D3 is important because you hit those guys. But after coming to
Rook
the
D2 is also good because what's he
yeah,
going to do? I don't think there is anything here after Rook D2. Well, Rook
okay,
to the seventh rank is
the backward is awkward. Are they defending like a check? Okay. You should simply move the bishop away and offer a trade. I mean, that's the best thing. What
probably.
is black trying to do though?
Maybe just play
Ryan,
some random
Ryan
moves
is
and
having
make
third.
him
Okay, Shrihan is having
back.
30 seconds here.
Yes, so okay. Just G5, H5, G4, create a passer, the side of pawn majority. Something could work. Hmm. Trading also works, so
Yes, now I think black is having no problem in completing this.
sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes,
All right. Do we have more requests? Yeah, we have a lot more actually. A lot. It means at least we need to feature a couple of more. But in last 5 minutes, then we are going to, see who actually, picks up. Oh, look at the starfish Pikachu.
oh, 28 points.
Crazy.
Everything winning.
He's
Okay.
on the streak of 8 wins in a row. This
Oh,
kid is on
wait.
a different level.
Titan and Starfish Pikachu are playing and they both haven't lost a game ever.
Ooh. Oh, and they're taking on each other. I would like to
Yes,
feature this
it's
game.
so
I don't want to
tempting
miss
now.
on any request, but I think this game has to be in the limelight, I guess.
Uh-oh, D4, D5 looks like some sort of threat.
Fork.
Wait.
Wait, are they
Hmm.
playing English? I know this line if I'm not mistaken. Oh, this is a very aggressive line what Aiden has picked up. I'm very sure. I've also tried it in my
Just change
competitive games
moves.
and
We could
the
just
fork
go
and the
back
game is
and
up.
forth.
I know this
Ah.
line. Yeah, it's the game is over. And on the eighth or ninth move, you just get that fork.
Oh,
I know this
I
line now.
used
You
to
play
call
knight and
this
you don't castle
bot
but
winning
go
system.
pawn b4.
Yes, this is very nice line actually.
This is
Oh,
not bot
Bishop
winning.
E6. Yeah.
This and
with
yeah, I think it's over.
G3, Bishop G2, Knight G2. This is a nice setup for
But
White actually.
would you take with a knight or with a pawn?
Good question. Actually, I would consider taking with the Knight, but perhaps there was some worry about the king being in the center and queen e. I don't think queen e7 is a threat. So,
Hmm.
well, I
True.
think
Okay, I
okay,
think
but
looks like
Eden is
yeah, looks
piece
like
down.
Starfish Pikachu will continue his streak. No,
Yes,
wait.
no,
Oh yeah,
it's Starfish Pikachu is a piece down. So,
he's down.
he,
I mean the Aiden. Yeah, that's correct. I think Aiden will take this game into their pocket.
okay, well,
Again, I think
pawns are
Black
tough.
needs to castle first.
True.
I mean, at their current rating, I don't believe being a piece down will make any difference in their approach of the game because they are 1800. These guys know how to come back from those lost possessions. I think still Pikachu is going to fight here. He will not let that position go so easily, even if he's a piece down. I think.
True. But if you were to fight in this position, what would be your idea here for black? What
I
would you
mean,
be playing?
see, there are two things I'm looking. Number one, I don't want to allow the spin because then that that felicitates a forced trade from the side of white, and then at the same time, I also want to get my king out of the center. Then I can think of anything if I want to do. I will not focus on piece activity at this point before these two ideas.
Sure. So this is, I think it's good. Maybe queen castles, queen d7, and
Yes.
taking. Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah, I think this game is decider of this tournament for the first
Probably
place and the
yes.
second place. And
True.
good to see one of their opponent is also actually spectating their games. They're learning from their buddies,
True.
they're learning from their friends. I think this is a really good thing that I've seen in this game, I guess. They're learning from the best. I think good to see that actually. Good sportsman spirit by Mr. Chess Forever.
Yes. Okay, queen f6.
C3 can be the next threat, I guess.
True. I'm not
I
sure
mean,
if white should be concerned about c3. Maybe he could just play queen g4 perhaps first.
Queen
Queen
G4,
g4.
Queen G4, Bishop takes H6 is there, but
If
I was
queen
thinking of a
c3.
Rook left and
Oh, that's
maybe if
also
you have a
quite
Rook left, then
possible.
sacrifice takes, and then just try to sort of give a ladder or something. It's a long method again, but might be effective.
It's possible. Yes, I think this is good.
Yeah,
Well, actually, yeah, if white wants to go for the attack or not is a real question because he's very comfortably ahead in material. Do we have to go for sacrifices or just play it out safe? Like, for
depends
example, we
on them, but only 4 minutes are left, so probably sacrificing can save on some of the time, and
but
that can
technically, if Starfish Pikachu can hold this position for 4 minutes,
four
I
minutes.
think he will end up winning the tournament.
But we never know. Someone might be catching behind.
Oh, yeah, true,
We never know because these kids are on already on the roll. Some is berserking to get 5 points in just one game. We never know.
true. Was there someone behind on third? I never saw the table
Oh,
after
yeah.
the
I mean, I
top.
was paying attention to that. Sankirti is on the top with 29 points. Pikachu 28, Aiden 26. Sankirti is
Okay.
already
Oh,
is on the
so
roll already.
it's already on the lead.
So I
Okay.
think one of these needs to win if they want to surpass Sankirti here. Otherwise, it can go vice versa. I mean, it can go other way.
Yes. So in a way, we could say that they both getting paired against each other could be a disadvantage for both of them because
Yes,
their game
and
is not going
someone
to end
else's.
soon. And yes,
Yes,
true.
I mean,
And
but Aiden is again Berserk. If you see here, he's playing with just like half time of Pikachu, and then he has managed to get that advantage. Probably he got his veins faster, and then that adrenaline rush, putting himself in under the time pressure, and then finding some extraordinary moves on the board. We never know. Yeah, I think this is a
his
good
line
strategy.
was
Maybe
pretty solid too. His opening was good. His middle game is good. He's playing everything fine.
Black is also trying to hold, but sooner or later, 3 minutes are left in the clock. And this game is a decider. I don't want to leave this at any point.
True.
Next time, I think
Yes,
we need to bring popcorns with us, I guess. It is getting really intense.
for sure. If one of them wins 4 points, so they will be overtaking Sankirt, I think.
Ankit, that's true. But if the game doesn't end in this 2 minutes, the winner is, let's say, already decided. It's getting tricky, actually. Let's see who picks it up. But then what is White going to do? White is winning. They need to try something here. Anyways, see, it's not about winning, losing, but you need to then score those points because you have given an hour behind getting that, position and then lead in
True.
this game, right?
Yes.
So I think they need to now think of something.
Okay, that's a wise choice if he wants to finish the game quicker. He doesn't want any rook trades and maybe rook e4, rook g4. That's
Yeah,
good.
need to
Right.
try something really aggressive here. If they just keep their hands on hands, it's not ending in the time we see on the left side of the clock, which is this 1 minute and 45 seconds, let's say.
Oh,
On the other hand, black doesn't have much to do, but maybe they can tease white a bit more with something like rook b2, trying to attack some guys, some weaknesses, and make them busy in defending. And probably that clock might
bishop
go in the negative
c1,
manner. Yeah,
stopping, well, rook
there can be a lot
b2.
of time tactics as well.
Yes.
Queen c2, rook b2. Rook b2 isn't there. Queen c2 can still be played. But then I'm looking if let's say queen c2, bishop captures, they need to give a sacrifice and try something aggressive. Anyways, 1 minute is the last time which is there for the heads.
I don't think
Yes.
Aiden or. I'm not sure if they're aware that Sankirt has overtaken them. Probably they both think that they're in the top two. So,
Yes. King h7. We are in the last 1 minute of this tournament. Kids have fought really, really well. And I'm really excited to see the final standings. Okay, white has at least managed, but then there's pawn f5 to avoid the trade and keep the game going. Isn't that one of the good choices to delay, the
I
trades
believe
further
so.
and to gain the
F5
game?
to, yes, exactly.
Yes,
King F5 is good, probably.
yes,
Or
that's correct.
avoid trades and continue. But yeah, in this case, I don't think in 21 seconds you can exactly, convert to a win.
Yes, I think this is heading nowhere. But we also need to see if someone has even ended up catching Sankeet as well. Because, yeah, I think this all is going to make sense.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, there's Alphonse, Renit. The opponents are again, okay, I think the clock has already ended. It's
Yeah.
time to reveal the final standings and the winner of the tournament. Okay, so on the 10th position, we have Vian with 15 points. On the ninth position, we have Kailash with 17 points. On the 8th position, we have Adet with 18 points. On the 7th position, we have Mr. Chess Forever with 18 points. On the 6th position, we have Rishi with 22 points. On the 5th position, we have Consistent Cavalier with 25 points. He has been consistent in all of the past tournaments. He always gets top 5, top 7. On the 4th position, we have Dino King with 26 points. On the 3rd position, we have Aiden with 26 points. Then we have our runner up of the tournament, Starfish Pikachu with 28 points. And Aiden had a win rate of 100%. Pikachu had a win rate of 100% before the tournament ended. And then we have Sangeet, the leader of this tournament, the winner of this tournament, with 29 points and a win rate of 73%. So we congratulate to all the winners and we appreciate all the participants for joining this tournament. On this weekend, we have 59 participants, and over the time, I'm very sure this number is going to go up. Thank you so much, Coach Rajesh, for your insights. I think it was lovely connecting with you, getting your insights. This is really going to help the students. Would you like to say anything to our viewers?
Sure. Well, it's very nice that it was a rapid time control tournament for the students. I'm pretty sure that they had a lot more thoughts in the game, and they could plan accordingly to the time limits and so on. They didn't have to make quick decisions. So I think it's very good for the students too. I've seen a lot of improvements in their play. So I wish they keep improving, and I'm pretty sure the coaches will support them to get to better places. So,
Yes. So we request all the viewers, if you liked our work, like the stream too, hit the hype button if you get after liking the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we are going to meet on the next Wednesday at the same time, at the same channel. Take care till then. Bye and have a good time. Thank you.
bye bye.
Bye bye.